relieved, are you, Dessie?
I'd say delighted is the word. I'd say obviously there's a bit of relief in there too, but I just thrilled for the players. So happy for them. It's been a long year, and I'm so happy for them in terms of they've got the result tonight, and it's just reward in terms of how they applied themselves throughout the year, and they stepped up at different stages when it was needed, and delighted for them and their families. A big night for players' families. It's unfortunate they couldn't be here, and we spoke about this earlier during the week. It's thanks to families, the love, the support, the guidance and mentorship throughout the years that allowed them to be in this position tonight. And we remember players' families, but also, as mentioned earlier, the families of those who have suffered this year and have lost loved ones. We remember them on a night like tonight, and hope there's better days ahead for everybody indeed. But for tonight, we're very happy and delighted for the lads.
The composure when a man down, was that key that you kept your discipline?
Yeah, it's not so much discipline. I think it was, we spoke about it at half time, how important it was not to capitulate at that stage, because up until half time we were struggling with their high press. They were, we knew they were going to go toe to toe. They're very good at bringing that high octane, intense type of a game, and it was very challenging for us. So it was going to become more so in the second half, a man down, and they were able to get themselves reorganised at the half-time break. You would have thought to have a right good go, but we banged heads on it as coaches, and then turned it over to the players in terms of what we wanted to do or how we tried to manage our way through that. And I think getting out the other side of that probably provided us with the platform for the victory then.
What was the difference after the second water break and that sort of final quarter?
I think it was probably to do with the fact that we had managed the first quarter reasonably well. There was a sense then that we're back to full complement, and we've 15 v 15, and we'd some fresh legs coming in off the bench as well, and that was probably a time for us to kick on, and that's what we spoke about, and thankfully it materialised.
Brian Howard made a difference.
Yeah, big difference. Yeah, he was great when he came in there, and it was that type of performance we needed from him at that time, for sure.
What does this mean for you? Because in your first year, you don't need to be reminded of minor and under 21 that you was a couple of slips. What does this mean for you in your first season? Because everything seemed to go wrong for you. There was a pandemic, to come over, that must be huge for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, but look at it the way it's never about me. I've always been very focused on players all my life, and it was about the players and trying to facilitate them and create the culture that we needed to try to sustain the success that they had, and part of that was striving to evolve and to get better, and the idea of continuous improvement, because we knew if there was any stagnation whatsoever that could be very costly indeed, and just delighted how the players bought into that principle, and how they applied themselves, and maybe things were slightly different than how they may have been done previously under a hugely successful regime, and we all have our different ways and different styles, but they adjusted, they adapted, and they made it happen.
As a player, obviously there was a long struggle to even win one, so how does this compare, and the fact that your name is now attached to something that has never been done in the GA?
Yeah, look, again, it's all about the players. I'm just thrilled for them, and it was trying to facilitate them to be the best they could be, and again, that idea of seeing that improvement. Maybe we 10 new players to come in, some had left. We brought in some fresh faces, some new blood. That was important as well, and trying to get the dynamic right and the chemistry right, and there was challenges to all of that, because it's not easy to come into a dressing room that has the type of characters in that dressing room and the success they've had, but it's all about the players. I'm so happy how they went about their business, to be honest.
Dessie, in preparing for Mayo, was there anything that they came with in the first half that I suppose caught you off guard, or did you particularly struggle to deal with that you were able to address?
I don't think there was anything in particular. I think we had a good handle on what they were going to do, but because you have a good handle on it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to come up with the solutions. Their high press, that sort of high level of intensity they bring, it was always going to be difficult, and we said we needed to be patient. That cracks would appear, the openings would be created if we hung in there and tried to protect the ball and mind the ball as best we can. And we picked off 2 goals in the first half on that basis, which was obviously nice to see. And then the black card changed the dynamic a little bit, and just sort of threw up a different set of circumstances. And as we say, we managed our way through that, and I think that set us up then for the good.
And Colin mentioned a few minutes ago that coming in at half time, having that black card gave you time to reorganise. So what did you kind of seek to do for that 10-minute period that you had the half-time break to work on?
Yeah, I think we were wondering at what point we would introduce Brian Howard, and I think Robbie getting the black card made that easy for us in terms of half-time, and getting Brian's experience and his ball-winning ability in there was going to be crucial, particularly when he went a man down, and made some positional changes and got out the other side of it, thankfully.
Yeah. Knowing the way Mayo play and how aggressive they kind of stuff, were you confident that you would get those goal chances in the first half?
Yeah, we had spoken about it, but again it comes down to the execution, and we probably fluffed the lines in some of the previous games, having created some more, so we sort of focused in on that and trying to make sure that if we got them, if they were presented to us, that the execution was going to be better.
Do you expect the dynamic of the squad to change much in 2021 now? The likes of Stephen and the older lads, do you expect them all to be back, or it's not far away, I suppose?
Yeah, it's not too far away actually, but I suspect there'll be a change. I'm not sure how many. I won't be calling for anyone's retirement or resignation or anything like that. Those types of decisions will be left to players.